Hello, friends, and welcome back to Movies, Munchies, and Moscato. I am Rhonda.
And I am Rochelle.
We're just a couple of friends who love movies, television, and wine. So if that is something that interests you, please stick around and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And now it's time for movie news, reviews, and pulp culture discussion. White Lotus has recently been renewed for a season 2. Now, it will have a new cast and a new location when it comes back. And it just recently had its season finale this past Sunday. So, yeah, I haven't watched it yet. She has, but...
yes, I have.
So I'll have to get to that. You know, I feel like my list just keeps growing.
Yes.
I feel like I was on top of things at one point. Now I'm not again, but that's okay.
How many do you have in the pipeline? Like 5?
Right, exactly. Idris Elba. He is going to voice the character of Knuckles in Sonic the Hedgehog 2, that movie that's coming out. So, also we have learned that Shamar Moore has joined Sonic the Hedgehog number 2 as well. So it's going to be a cool cast. I really enjoyed the first one. So if you haven't seen it, it's really funny.
I haven't seen any of those.
It's actually really funny. So I would definitely watch it. The Real Housewives of Dallas is not going to return next year. And Bravo doesn't know when or if it actually will. So that is a series of Housewives I don't watch. But apparently they had so much controversy this past season. Their sole Asian cast member, like on camera, I guess, apparently some of the wives and even their husbands were making comments regarding her. And when the whole pandemic hit, unfortunately, some of them were ones that were blaming the Asians. And since she's there, they kind of directed it at her, is what happened. And so Bravo had to step in there and kind of shut it down.
Oh my!
Unfortunately,
I did not hear that.
Yeah, so it's like, so we'll see. It may be the end of it. So that's unfortunate. It's one I never watched. I have a friend that's the only one she does watch, and she adores it.
Oh shoot!
But yeah, hopefully they can work it out. If it does come back, I'm sure. I think her name is Tiffany. I'm sure she probably won't come back as a guest.
Yeah, I would probably guess that as well.
Right. Lifetime Movie Network is doing a Flowers in the Attic, the origin movie. So this is going to star Harry Hamlin, Paul Wesley, who is from The Vampire Diaries, Max Irons, who is in that show we watched with Rebecca Ferguson. Oh, The White Princess? Anyway.
Oh.
And then also Kate Mulgrew, who I can't remember where she's from at the moment, but this is going to be a movie that will explore grandmother Olivia and
Harry
how she
Hamlin's
came to
be doing a thing, huh?
Right, yeah, he's gonna be acting something. It's okay. So this is gonna explore how Olivia came to be the grandmother who locked her grandkids in the attic in the original Flowers in the Attic. So, it's Lifetime. I'm sure it's gonna be over the top cheesy, but I am curious because I've seen Flowers in the Attic.
Yeah,
so why not?
I have too. I've read the book too. Have you?
Oh no, I have not. I've never read the book. So I guess we'll see. Yeah, so I'll watch it just because I'm curious. Let's see a younger version to see how she... So apparently she starts out nice, of course, and then she gets crazy as years went on.
Okay.
So this past week, Rochelle and I went and saw Jungle Cruise. We thought we'd do a little movie review for you. So Jungle Cruise, for those who don't know, it stars The Rock and Emily Blunt, and it takes after the Disney ride of the same name.
Yes.
So she is playing is it a biology professor?
Yeah.
Botanist. There we go.
Plants.
Plant professor, and he is a boat captain, and so she needs him to get down the river in order to find the Tree of Life to help with, her research and all that fun stuff. So it was just a really enjoyable time. They have
there
really
is
good...
so many funny things in there, and The Rock has some great one-liners, some great jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was just so funny. And her brother, what's his name?
Jake. It's Jack Whitehall is the actor.
Jake
I haven't
Whitehall.
known much he's been in, but yeah.
He plays her brother, and a rather flamboyant character, and he is so funny.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
He is one of my favorite characters in that show. I loved it all of it.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed it, so I would definitely say, go see it.
Yes, I would definitely go see it too. I was, as you know from previous podcasts, I was on the fence about that movie when I first started hearing about it, and even once I first started seeing the trailers. But yeah, it turned me right around. So
Same here.
The trailers really didn't do it justice. So it was very entertaining. It was funny. And I'll just say it's not a ride I actually enjoy at Disneyland, so that was.
What?
I know, it's just not. It's like once you did it twice, it's like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Kind of like It's a Small World. I don't ever need to go on that ever
I can't
again.
believe you just said that. That's
Right.
blasphemy.
I can't wait till the time they come with a movie based on that, because I'm sure
Oh
it's
my
coming.
gosh, it's a small world.
Right?
Yes.
I'm sure it'll come. I'm sure
Yeah.
it will come.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But so I would definitely give it, I'd say 4 wine corks.
Yes, same here.
4 wine corks for that. So,
Yes.
Yeah, good time. Please go see it. Or if you guys have too many kiddos, please go ahead and pay that extra $30 and watch it on Disney Plus.
Yes, I agree.
Well worth your time. Okay, so movies and TV shows out this week. First up, we have Reminiscence. This will be in theaters as well as HBO Max. It stars Hugh Jackman and Rebecca Ferguson, who were both in The Greatest Showman together, as well as Thandie Newton, who's been in like Mission Impossible 2. She was in it was a movie called Shade. I'm not going to go into that because never mind. I just like this movie anyway. She's it's about a scientist who discovers a way to relive your past and uses the technology to search for his long-lost love. Whilst a private investigator uncovers a conspiracy while helping his clients recover lost memories. So it looks interesting.
I thought it looked interesting too.
Yeah.
Like I'm definitely down for this one.
Yeah, I'll definitely watch it on HBO Max. There's so many releases out this month that I'm seeing half stuff in theaters, half at home.
Yeah,
so,
supporting both.
Right, so I'm grateful that that's an option. Also is The Protege. I will be seeing this next week myself in theaters. So it's in theaters and stars Maggie Q, Michael Keaton, and Samuel L. Jackson. And so rescued as a child by a legendary assassin, Anna, played by Maggie Q, is the world's most skilled contract killer. However, when her protector is brutally killed, she vows revenge for the man who taught her everything she knows. As Anna becomes entangled with an enigmatic killer, say that 5 times, enigmatic killer, their confrontation turns deadly and the loose ends of life spent killing weave themselves ever tighter. So I enjoy Maggie Q from her Nikita days. She's on a TV show called Nikita back in the day, which is where I first saw her. So she's really good at kicking butt. So
nice, and yeah.
And we always like Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
We're glad that he's getting back out there.
And Maggie Q's funny, so she's and it seemed like there were some funny parts in it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. So looking forward to that. Then we have Flag Day. This is going to be in theaters, and it stars Josh Brolin, Sean Penn, and Regina King. So Jennifer Vogel's father, John, is larger than life. As a child, she marvels at his magnetic energy and ability to make everything feel like a grand adventure. John, who is played by Sean Penn, just so we're clarifying, teaches her so much about love and joy, but he also happens to be the most notorious counterfeiter in U.S. history. Jennifer now struggles to rise above the wreckage of the past while reconciling the inescapable bond between the daughter and her father. So this sounds interesting.
It
I
does.
didn't watch a teaser or anything about it, but it sounds interesting. I like Josh Brolin. He's James Brolin's son, and he's been in so many
Yes, he has.
things. And of
He's
course,
good.
yeah.
He's a good one.
And Sean
Good
Penn's
actor.
good too, and since he's playing the counterfeiter, I'm sure it's great. And we always love good Regina King. She's everywhere. Ever since she came out in Watchmen, I feel like, yeah, she's just done a lot. She directed One Night in Miami. She has another movie coming out in September. So she's just everywhere. Next up, we have Sweet Girl. This is a movie out on Netflix and stars Jason Momoa. So already we're going to be there and watch that. So he is playing a devastated husband who vows to bring justice to the people responsible for his wife's death while protecting the only family he has left, his daughter. So it looks good. It looks like an action movie as well as a father-daughter, road trip bonding moment. So I will definitely watch this probably this weekend
yes.
on Netflix.
Well, just to watch Jason Momoa.
Right?
It's
It's
really,
like-
that's all we need.
Right? I think it's great.
Is there a story? I don't know. I didn't notice. I was too
We're just watching,
distracted.
right? We're just watching them. That's all. Then we have 9 Perfect Strangers. This is a series out on Hulu and stars Nicole Kidman, Melissa McCarthy, Luke Evans, and Regina Hall, along with many others. It's a very large cast. But this is based on the New York Times bestseller by author Leanne. I'm going to call her Lillian so bad. It's just Leanne, people. It's just Leanne Moriarty. It takes place at a boutique health and wellness resort. that promises healing and transformation as 9 stressed city dwellers try to get on a path to a better way of living. Watching over them during this 10-day retreat is the resort's director, Masha, a woman on a mission to reinvigorate. Oh my gosh. Why do you say that word? Tell me, because I fucking...
Reinvigorate.
Thank you. Their tired minds and bodies. So, anyway. we like, this is the same author who did Big Little Lies, so we'll definitely check it out. It looks weird. I can tell it's probably just trying not to show it too much of what the story is to not give it away, so... but definitely we're checking this out as well. The Chair, this is a series out on Netflix and stars Sandra Oh from Grey's Anatomy fame as well as Killing Eve fame, and Holland Taylor from sorry, my brain. No, it's the Charlie Sheen show. The two men and a
two men and a boy. No, two men. 2 men and a boy.
We're so bad. You know what we mean. I'm sorry. It's that two men and a lady? No, that's the movie.
It's the boy. It's the kid.
Right?
It's not a kid. 2 men and a freaking...
It'll come back to us. Anyway, it's about the trials and tribulations of an English department chair at a major university. I do like Sandra Oh. Holland Taylor was very funny as the mom on that TV show that will come back to us later. It's so funny.
Oh my gosh.
It didn't grab me when I saw the little teaser about this show, but like I said, I do like the 2 of them, so I may check it out. But it'll be at the very end of my list, because it's, like I said, it's not one of the majors.
Obviously, can't remember this.
Right? Exactly.
2.5 Men.
Thank you. 2.5 Men.
Oh,
Dun, 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 dun. You get a prize.
I know. Thank you.
And then finally, we have Truth Be Told Season 2. This is a series that's on Apple TV and stars Octavia Spencer, and this season adds Kate Hudson.
Yay.
So, investigative reporter turned podcaster Poppy, who is played by Octavia, dives into a new case that deeply involves her childhood friend, media mogul Micah Keith, and that's played by Kate Hudson. So, as developments unfold, their lifelong friendship is put to the ultimate test.
Can I just tell you how excited I am for this? But I'm probably going to have to... I can't do the weekly thing. It drives me crazy.
Yeah, that's true. Apple reviews
At
weekly.
least get 3 ahead, So that's
true. You know, come to think about it, though, Apple usually does release like at least the first 2 right away. That's true.
That's
so at least
true.
you'll get the 2 out. But you're right. The weekly thing can drive you nuts. Just like, just so you know, 9 Perfect Strangers will be the same way on Hulu. That's how Hulu runs. So I myself, she finished season 1. I'm episode 5 of season 1, so I still have, there's 8 episodes, so I still have...
it's so good.
4 more to go, technically.
It had me... I mean, what are you thinking so far?
Like, at this point, I'm firmly on board with the dad of the gentleman who's in prison right now as being the actual murderer. But I'm sure my mind's going to swim somewhere else, because there's another option, but I just feel she's too obvious.
It's just such a good twist and turn that when you think you're onto it, at the end of the day and how it ends, it's crazy. It's not what you think. It's
okay.
Yeah. So and I love those. So I kind of likened it to The Killing because I loved that about The Killing. So anyway,
I'm going to continue on. Like I said, I'm going to get through that. And so many others, guys. So many others that I'll talk about. So, speaking of that, let's go ahead and move on to what we've watched this week. So I watched the movie Don't Breathe on demand.
Oh, yay, that's right.
Because I really want to see the sequel that just came out in theaters. So, I did like it. It wasn't as... Maybe I thought it up too much in my mind because I heard such great things. I did like it, but it wasn't like, oh, this was so awesome like I was thinking it was going to be. But I did like it. It does get you very early on. It is quite suspenseful because he's blind. And them trying to maneuver around him in the house is quite
and isn't he
intense.
the bad guy in the first one, and now it's questionable in the second one?
It's not... I wouldn't say it's not that he's the bad guy. It's like his anger... because of what's happening with him breaking in is kind of what makes him... He does some questionable things.
Oh, I would too.
Because of
I'd
it.
shoot him.
But off the bat, no, he's not a bad guy at all. He's a Navy veteran who is blind and has lost a child.
Oh, okay.
And he got this money from insurance because of that death, and that's what they're trying to steal from him.
Okay.
And
Well,
so, anyway, he does some questionable things because of that, but no, he he isn't. I was thinking that too, because based off the trailers, you think, God, this guy's just gonna be like, yeah,
Right.
but it's not cut and dry like
Okay,
that.
well, good.
So I do think you'd like it. It was very short. It was like an 85-minute movie. I
No
was like,
kidding.
Yeah.
Well,
I was
it's
like-
definitely on my list. I want to see it too because I'd like to see the second one as well.
So I would definitely
So,
give it a
I'm
whirl.
glad
I'd
you got
say
to see that.
3.5 wine corks for it. So yeah,
Oh,
give it
okay.
a go. It is.
Okay.
It is still pretty good. And then I also went ahead and watched the first half. Why should you say it's the first half because that's all they've released of season 1 of the new Gossip Girl reboot on HBO Max because I was curious. I was a fan of the original,
Yeah,
and
you were.
I just had to see how this was. It's okay. It's not as good, and maybe it's just that I've aged way too far out of that demographic where I'm just like, what? It's just some of the things that happen to me. Some of the characters are not as interesting as their earlier counterparts. It's like they're trying hard to be the previous people, and it just isn't working
Gotcha.
with them. There's one actor in particular who I think is supposed to be like say the Dan Humphrey of this series, and I'm like, yeah, no, it's just not working for me. There's another guy who I'm like, why are these two chicks pining over him? It makes no sense. Like he's very blah to me, or I don't get the dynamics. So I'd have to give this a thumbs down. So when it comes, it's on a break technically. We'll be back in November for the rest of season 1. I'm good.
Okay.
So I will not be watching that again. So that's just my take. Obviously, if you're younger, maybe it'll hit you better, but it wasn't a woohoo for me.
Okay. Well, that sounds yeah. You know what, Gossip Girl, I've never been a huge fan of, so it's.
I enjoyed the first one, but yeah.
Yeah.
This one.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, on to what I've watched this week. So, unless you have been living under a rock and you don't know what's going on in this crazy world of ours, I thought I needed some laughter in my life.
Okay.
And so on Netflix, I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that are Jim Gaffigan fans. And if you haven't seen his newest stand-up, it's called Cinco. You've got to see it. It is just so funny and so lighthearted. He's just a good comedian. He's not, he's not vulgar. He's not, he's not looking to shame people or anything like that. He makes fun of himself and his family, and his wife is actually his business partner, and she helps him write his material.
Okay.
So, it's just funny and lighthearted. In fact, he's coming here in December and he'll be doing 2 shows. So
Ooh, you
I might
to
try
go?
to. Yes, I think I might get tickets. Although I don't know how much new material he'll have, but I highly recommend it if you want to just laugh. Jim Gaffigan, Cinco on Netflix. And then I started watching the newest season out called Haunted.
Okay.
And what I love about this one, again, the creepy stuff, is that it's actual real people's stories. And what they do is they sit down in like a circle and with their family members, and some family members know what they've been through and some haven't, and they explain as to why maybe they've been off and what's really happened to them. And they're crying, like all of them. They're all just taken back by what's maybe happened in their life. And these are some pretty scary things that take place. So if you're looking for something scary, watch. If you haven't seen the first season of Haunted, it's really good. And when you go through and you look at the episodes, you can see maybe the ones that you're going to be most interested in, and that's maybe how you start it. And then go back and watch all of them. And then finally, I finished The White Lotus.
Okay.
And this is such an odd show. It's funny, but it's dark. It's like dark humor.
Okay.
It's probably more kind of like the War of the Roses in a way, where it's just that dark humor. And I didn't know whether to laugh. I didn't know whether to be just like, wow, just this drama that's unfolding before you. And anyway, so I would probably, again, I'm kind of captivated by it, but I don't know that I would. I'm going to watch the second season. I will.
Okay.
But it's very odd. It's very odd.
Okay.
So-
Well, I mentioned that is on my list as well, folks. So I want to watch
Yeah,
that and
I'd
see.
probably give it about a 3.
Okay.
So
Okay.
anyway,
I'll check it out and see. Maybe I'll end up How many episodes would you say season 1 was? Because I'm curious about that.
There are 6.
There's 6. Okay.
I believe.
Okay, so not even that long. So,
No,
okay.
it's really not. The episodes seem to be long. I think
Okay.
they're only an hour, but they seem longer.
Oh no, that's not a good
Yeah,
sign.
I know, but it's just, I think they're just an hour. But there's a lot of action in them, and
Okay.
and it's, so it's funny and it's dark humor. So it's probably kind of gross too in some situations. I don't know. I just can't even explain it.
Okay, well, we'll check it out. Well, summer is winding down, folks, and so now it is time for some
Boo.
fall TV. I'm excited for fall. Spring
Okay,
and fall are
I
two of
love
my
fall.
favorite seasons. Not too hot, not too
But then
cold.
winter's on the horizon.
True, that is true. But on the upside, we get fall TV. Woo! Okay, so we're going to discuss 10 new shows that are coming out. It's interesting. I'm sure it's probably pandemic related, but they just honestly don't have as many coming out this season as they usually do. Now, there are 6 additional new shows that will be coming out at mid-season that we'll discuss at a later time once winter does hit and that happens.
Right.
So we're just going to go ahead and take on what's going to be starting in September and October. So first up, we have The Big Leap. This stars Scott Foley from Scandal, Terry Polo from Parenthood, and also Piper Perabo from that old USA show I used to love called Covert Affairs.
Do you think Piper Perabo is her real name?
That's a good question. I have a feeling it is, actually. At least the Piper part. I can see maybe she chose a different last name.
Perabo.
But I
Interesting.
I
It's a
do
cool
think
name,
Piper is
actually.
it's catchy like it should be, I guess, when you're in the entertainment industry, right?
Yeah.
So this is a modern fable about second chances. The Big Leap revolves around a group of diverse, down-on-their-luck characters attempting to change their lives by participating in a potentially life-ruining reality dance show that builds to a live production of Swan Lake.
Oh.
This is inspired by a UK reality format, and the drama series is a show within a show that takes viewers on a journey of self-acceptance and empowerment at any age. I have to say, the teaser on this looked great. It honestly grabbed me. There's a bunch more people in there, lesser known people in there, that are going to be competing on this reality within reality, and so I think it looks like a good time. I'll at least check out the pilot, and then who knows? Maybe it won't be as good, but just looking at it, it did look like a good option.
Okay.
So next up, we have NCIS Hawaii. Yes, there's another NCIS coming out, folks. This is starring Vanessa Lachey. Yes, Nick Lachey's wife.
Oh my.
So the franchise moves to the Aloha State, where the first female special agent in charge of NCIS Pearl Harbor, Jane Tennant, has thrived and risen through the ranks by equal parts confidence and strategy in a system that has pushed back on her every step of the way. Together with her unwavering team of specialists, they balance duty to family and country while investigating high-stakes crimes involving the military.
Ooh.
So there so far has been no trailer or teaser about this show. I used to be a watcher of the original NCIS. I've kind of fallen off.
Yeah.
But I do still watch NCIS LA religiously on Sundays. So I'm still into that. I'll probably check this out just to see. Vanessa Lachey, I've only honestly ever seen her in some like Hallmark and like Lifetime movies. So we'll see how she does.
Okay.
I wouldn't say she didn't suck in them, but we'll see. It was just quite a shock, as I'm sure it was to a lot of people, that she got cast in this. So, but she must have done a great job at the audition. So, like I said, we'll see. Then we have Ordinary Joe. This stars James Wolk, Elizabeth Lail, and Adam Rodriguez. And so life is all about a choice one makes. This is taking, little side note, the sliding doors method, if you guys ever saw that old Gwyneth Paltrow movie that came out years ago. So it's all about the choices one makes, and sometimes one does in a single moment can change everything. So Joe faces one of these decisions at his college graduation, leading to 3 parallel stories that diverge from that night. So each path will find Joe with a different career. One as a nurse, one as a police officer, and one as a rock star, along with different relationships, friendships, and family lives, showing the unexpected ways things change as well as stay the same. This honestly looks awesome. I was drawn in completely by the trailer.
Really?
Yes.
I haven't seen it.
I watched James Walk. He had a series back on, I think it was CBS a couple years back called Zoo. He's an awesome actor, people. So, anyway, it just looks, really good. Especially the rock star angle that it showed in the trailer. I was like, huh. I liked it. Like, you know, he ends up asking out his this girl at college graduation, and then she's his wife in the rock star version. But then it kind of shows he ends up kind of still meeting her in the version where he's a police officer, which I thought was interesting.
Oh.
Didn't show that he meets her, though, in the version where he's a nurse. So, unless maybe that's going to come around later. So maybe it's supposed to be that she's his, I don't know, everything. We'll see. Anyway, it looks intriguing. I will definitely check that one out.
Okay.
Then we have 4400. This is a remake of the 2004 to 2007 series about the 4400, who have been missing or presumed dead in the last 50 years, who reappear all at once after a comet stops and reveals them. They look the same as the moment they disappeared, but some of the returnees now have special powers. Now, as I spoke probably 2 episodes ago, I've been rewatching that original series from 2004, and like I said, really enjoy it. Not so far interested in, so there's been one small teaser of this remake. It looks kind of like, whatever, like maybe kind of too much of the same, not enough difference, but again, we'll see. I'm kind of surprised they redid this show, honestly. I mean, it was good, and I think it got good ratings at the time. It's just,
I had never heard of this.
if it was on the USA Network, so if you didn't watch many USA
probably
shows,
not.
just like My Covert Affairs with Piper Perabo was on it, that was one of those shows too, so anyway. So, I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be on the CW, though. So, like I said, I don't see myself checking it out. But if anyone out there does, please let us know how that is. Next up, we have Queens. This is starring Brandy, Eve, and Notori Naughton. All former singers, which I think is awesome. And it's about an estranged and out-of-touch 4 women in their 40s reunite for a chance to recapture their fame and regain the swagger they had as the Nasty Bitches. Love that group name. It was their 90s group that made them legends in the hip-hop world. So, again, I loved Brandy. I still love Brandy as a singer. She hasn't done an album in a while, but I've listened to her greatest hits. It's fine. Love Eve. She last season got off the talk show, and she's taking back to acting, so I think that's awesome. Notori Naughton, she's never done an album. Well, she was in the girl group a long time ago when I was in high school called 3LW. That's right. Along with Adrian from The Real. But anyway, so she's getting back into singing, and then she was just recently on Power on Stars. So like I said, I love all 3 of them. I think this will be a really fun thing. Don't know anything about it, honestly, but I don't care. I like the 3 of them. So
sometimes that just makes it.
Right?
So
Yeah, like I'm good. Next up, we have Our Kind of People. This stars Morris Chestnut and Yaya DaCosta, most recently from Chicago. Was it Fire? Med. Okay. And so this is a strong-willed single mother sets out to reclaim her family name and make an impact with her revolutionary hair care line that highlights the innate natural beauty of Black women. This teaser looks really good.
Oh, I really liked it. Yeah,
we
I
were
want to watch
sucked
it.
in.
Mm-hmm.
I like her. Love Morris Chestnut, so
Yes,
we'll
and I
always watch.
love Yaya DaCosta. She is so good in. Well, you know me. I'm a Chicago.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Med, fire, PD, love it all. And she plays a nurse in there in the ER. So she's really good, and she's so beautiful.
She's really pretty. I was telling
eyes are
Michelle
just beautiful.
earlier that I'm like, she was on America's Next Top Model. That's where I first ever saw her.
That is just crazy. Who knew?
Right? And so since then she's just gotten these acting roles, and she did play Whitney Houston in her movie on Lifetime. So yeah, it was
Really?
She's great. She's really getting out there. It's awesome.
Good for her.
Next up, we have La Brea. This stars Natalie Z and John Zeta. Sorry, I've seen Natalie in so many things. I remember her mostly from Passions, a soap opera I used to watch back in the day, but she's done so many other things since then. I'm sorry, I just can't think of them at the moment. But this is a massive sinkhole opens in the middle of Los Angeles, separating a family between 2 different worlds. Again, the short teaser I saw on this, I'm intrigued. I'll probably check it out. Rochelle, you thought it looked a little what?
Cheesy.
Cheesy.
Yeah.
Okay, so which it
You
may
know,
end
no,
up
it
being.
may
It
be
may
just
end up
fine.
being that.
It just reminded me of some others that I saw. Like there was a show about the La Brea tar pits and how they were bubbling, and maybe it was something to do with an earthquake. But anyway, it's one of those natural disaster shows.
Oh, okay.
I
right.
think
No, you're right.
that's
you're right.
what it reminds
That's
me
true.
of. So
Kind of like, did you ever see that one called Revolution, where it was like all the lights went out all over the world, and then they had to like, there were people who had trucked from place to place. I guess all The Walking Dead, trying to like find other people. But anyway, so yeah, I thought about that as well when I first saw that. The next up we have CSI Vegas. So this is obviously a new iteration of the original CSI.
Oh, I'm so excited.
So it has brought back William Peterson,
Yay.
Georgia Fox,
Yay.
and Wallace Langham.
Yay.
So the description is facing an existential crisis that could bring down the entire crime lab and release thousands of convicted killers back onto the neon-lit streets of Vegas. A brilliant new team of investigators led by Maxine Roby must enlist the help of old friends Gil Grissom, Sarah Seidel, and David Hodges.
Yay.
This combined force will deploy the latest forensic techniques to do what they do best, follow the evidence in order to preserve and serve justice in Sin City.
And what day is it out?
This, I believe it's out in September, and it's going to air on Wednesday nights in our 9 o'clock slot here.
Yeah, Wednesday. I mean, September's good.
Yeah, right? So, yes, we are there.
Yeah, do you know if it's going to be like an ongoing thing?
Oh, yeah, it's a regular. Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. I'm not sure if technically the older people are signed on to be only come at certain episodes. I'm pretty sure they're like supposed to be regular cast members, though. I'm pretty sure.
Well, it was so popular, and the best one was Vegas. I even knew which theme song went to which show.
Oh, well,
of course,
yeah.
they were all from The Who.
That's true.
But yeah, so I'm like, oh, that's Vegas. That one's New York, and now
Right.
Florida. So yeah, I loved it. I loved those crime shows.
I still watch reruns on Saturday mornings when I discovered it was like on channel like 13.3 off my antenna.
Ah,
So I do still watch reruns of the original sometimes.
nice.
Next up we have another remake. This is The Wonder Years. It stars Don Cheadle and Dule Hill from the Psych series. So inspired by the beloved series of the same name, this coming-of-age story set in the late 1960s that takes a nostalgic look back at a black middle-class family in Montgomery, Alabama, through the point of view of its imaginative 12-year-old Dean. With the wisdom of his adult years, Dean's hopeful and humorous recollections of how his family found their wonder years in a turbulent time. This looks really cute. I really adored the original Wonder Years. This is actually brought to you by Fred Savage, the original Wonder Years.
Ah, no kidding.
It was his whole idea. He's the producer. I think he's even directing a couple episodes. So I love Dule Hill, and Don Cheadle is, I think, actually
like
the
Don
narrator.
Cheadle.
He's like the adult version of Dean.
Oh,
in this.
really? Okay.
So anyway, I'll definitely check it out. So hopefully it's funny. Hopefully it'll be funny. It was like one of those dramedies. I
Yeah.
think, at the time.
Gotcha.
And then
Yeah.
lastly, we have this show called Ghosts. It stars Rose McIver. She was in one of my recent favorite shows called iZombie. Love iZombie. Anyway, this is a single camera comedy about Samantha and Jaw, a cheerful freelance journalist and up-and-coming chef from the city, respectively, who throw both caution and money to the wind when they decide to convert a huge rundown country estate they inherited into a bed and breakfast, only to find it's inhabited by the many spirits of deceased residents who now call it home. So the trailer on this looked really funny and cute. So
Yeah, it does look good.
so I'll probably check it out. And there's
Yeah.
no other comedies, like straight comedies, that are releasing new this season. So hey, why not? Let's check it out. So it looks really good. Like I said, I love Rose McIver. If you guys have
yeah.
never seen iZombie, go to Netflix and watch it because it's an hour drama technically, but it's funny. Okay, it's funny. So yes, please check it out. Now it's time for some movie trailer talk.
Yay!
So first up is The Journal for Jordan. This will be out December 10th and stars Michael B. Jordan as a dad, and it looks really heartwarming, heartfelt. It's a Christmas movie. I'm sure there's going to be some sadness in it, but I'm hoping not too much because it is a Christmas movie. Christmas should uplift you.
Yes,
And
right.
it's also being directed by Denzel Washington. So based off that alone, you know we're going to have to see it.
Oh, for sure.
But I thought the trailer made it look, like I said, really good and heartwarming. And yes, I'm just here for it. 'Cause I love Christmas. And we love Michael B. Jordan.
I do too. And it looks like he's a military guy, and it's based on a true story.
That's true.
So
Mhm.
it looks good to me.
Which is the only part that makes me think, crap, it's probably going to end sadly. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
here based on a true story. Like, oh no.
Yeah. Well, he writes.
You know, he's writing these letters, for his son, who hasn't been born yet. So, which could mean a myriad of things. I mean, it could be that yes, he passes away later, but it could just be he wants to make sure he's noting down everything, but he is still around. He's like, I want you to listen to this someday.
Yes,
even though
I'm going to go
still in
with
your
that,
life.
so
Yes.
we don't have to, be sad or anything.
Right. Let's go with that.
Okay.
I'm all for that. Next up, we have the cow.
Nope, it's not about a cow.
The card counter. Oh my lord. This is going to be out September 10th and stars Oscar Isaac. He's from The Mandalorian, if you don't know.
Yes.
Tiffany Haddish, no explanation needed, and William Dafoe. So all three people we love. But anyway, it looks like this is about a guy who counts cards and just his life in the middle of doing that and how crazy it can probably get.
Yes.
So
Maybe some jail time in there.
Right? I think this looks actually really good. It kind of reminds me of that movie 21 from like a decade ago. Did you ever watch that? With the card, it was like a group of like college
Yes.
kids. Remember that? And I think it had Kevin Spacey as like
Because
the,
everyone would love to just keep winning in
Right.
Vegas, and if you can card count, but a lot of times it's just the luck of the draw. So I don't know how you would do that, but
That's true. Yes, but that's the point, is that it makes good movies.
yes, absolutely.
It's
I'll
good
watch it.
movie
I would like
material,
to see it. It looked
right?
good.
It did look really good. And then finally, we have the movie The Duke. This is going to be out September 17th. It stars Helen Mirren, Jim Broadbent, and Matthew Good. So all your great favorite Brits. So this is about, it looks like Jim Broadbent's character steals a famous painting called The Duke. He's married to Helen Mirren, and he gets caught, and it's about, it looks very funny. It's just about, he gets caught, his wife's like, why are you an idiot? He goes to trial for it, it's just...
It does look good. It looks funny.
It's like, why
Another
did you
comedy.
steal it? Yes, a comedy movie out. Like, why'd you steal it? Why are you doing this? What's going on? So
We've got some good ones to look forward to, I think.
I know. It's like fall movies are going to be awesome as well, it sounds
as our summer's coming to a close, which is so sad, but yeah, here's some good ones, and I think we've actually seen some good ones coming out for winter too. So
yeah, that's true. So,
yeah,
so much to
we'll have
look
a lot
forward
to
to.
chat.
So much entertainment, guys. That's what this show is about.
Well, and my favorite time of year, Halloween.
Oh,
yeah.
That's right. We are coming up, you guys, in October on our 1 year anniversary of starting this. It's so exciting.
I know, I can't believe
So
it.
we'll have some fun things planned for you, hopefully, that you'll get to hear about.
Yay! Well, thanks so much for listening. That's all the time we have for this week, but we had a great time as usual, and we hoped you enjoyed it as well. So please give us a review or a comment, as it really does help us out. And please follow us on Instagram at movies_munchies_Moscato. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging.
Thank you, guys.